మెల్లగా పాకుతున్న చల్లని కాఫీ. పూర్తి వివరాలకు చదవండి రేపటి సాక్షి దినపత్రిక.
My dear colleagues, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Srinivas Reddy, our Director of Narcotics Bureau, Mr. Sandeep Chandilia, Principal Secretary Education, Mr. Venkatesh, Professor Limbadri, Chairman of Technical Education, Mr. Mahmood, Vice Chairman of Technical Education, Professor Venkat Ramna, Commissioner of Education, Dev Sena Madam, Professor Venkatesh, all the officers present on the dais, all the distinguished invitees on the occasion, ladies and gentlemen, students, boys and girls, good morning. I am happy to be part of this function today. You all know that Government of Telangana is committed to good policing. You all know that from the top of the government level, our Honorable CM is always saying that we should make Telangana free from drugs. There should be zero tolerance for the drugs. And therefore, as CP sir told, that government has created a separate bureau. I can tell you no other state in the country has created such a bureau which is exclusively specialized way fighting the menace of drugs. Lot of manpower has been sanctioned by the government, vehicles have been given, and you must be seeing in last few days we have been seizing lot of drugs, and many of it is going as transit from here to other states, and some of it is being consumed here also. But as a department, not only bureau, specialized bureau led by my colleague Sandeep Chandilia, other districts also are working on this. Today, we all here, we have met for mainly few issues. One of the first issue is the ragging in some of the institutions. It happens or not? Some of them are smiling, some of them are keeping quiet. I must tell all of you that it is banned. It is not permitted by the government. All of you are educated. My request to all of you is, in the net, you type the Telangana Prohibition of Ragging Act 1997, Act 26 of 97. So all of you, especially young minds, new entrants and old students, please go through it. It is easily available in net, and if you type Prohibition of Ragging Act, you will find it, and you will see that it clearly prohibits the ragging. It also provides penalty for the ragging. It is a criminal act, all of you must understand. Then it also provides dismissal of students from the institution and suspension of the student from the institution, and even abetment to ragging is prohibited. So it is a very social issue, all of us must understand, and my request to all of you is, please try to see some of the experiences of the children who were ragged in the institutions. For some it may be fun, but it should not be treated as a fun. Sometimes there will be sensitive students, and you must be reading in newspaper many times, some people take extreme steps of taking away their life also. So are we here to really abet something which takes away life of some people? I have seen many students who generally stop their education when they face such kind of ragging. Some of the ragging incidents are so bad that it forces some of the students to take extreme step of even leaving the institutions. They simply go away after joining such beautiful institutions and institutions of high academics. I remember one of the incidents, and where one of the students came from abroad. He was NRI. He studied in one institution. Then 1 month he left the institution without telling anyone, not even his parents also. So then his parents, somehow because they could not contact him, they approached us. And we found that he was so upset with the ragging that he neither gone to home nor coming to the institution. So sometimes some students will be there, they will be very sensitive, and they will not be able to tolerate. But yes, sometimes when this ragging act was not there, and I tell you my experience also, all youth are there, so I must tell, our institution also ragging happened, but nobody came to know who ragged whom. All those people who called me for ragging, they all became my friends. Even now, they are in touch with me. So, it is again a situation where I don't say it should be done, but sometimes it leads to pleasant situations also. But I advise all of you, because it is banned by the government, it should not be resorted. You should make friends. You should meet them. You meet them over a cup of tea. You meet them over good things. You go for movie together. You can have cup of tea together, or you can study together. You can meet some in cafeteria, lunch, dinner, or anything. But why do this unpleasant thing of ragging? And I can tell you it is not good thing. Maximum number of students are upset with this kind of ragging. The ragging word itself is wrong. So my request to all of you, don't get into this. Don't get into trouble. From our side, from police side, we have taken lot of steps. We are trying to conduct institution level meeting. We have formed the anti-ragging committee also, and they are working very actively. I again request all of you not to get into it, and advise your friends and relations not to get into this trap of ragging. And someday police may catch you. So if you are caught, then your career will be finished. So I suggest all of you, you become the ambassadors of police. Today, all of you sitting here in the hall, you become ambassadors of police and advocating that there should not be any ragging in the institution. Coming to drugs, recently we have seen some of the children, especially teenagers and their early age, they feel that having drugs is cool. I don't know, this is what we hear from many people, many youth. And then some of the movies also we see that they show as if entertainment is nothing but having drugs or alcohol. I don't know, most of you must be watching the movies. So, but I tell you one very beautiful thing. All these people who show that it is cool, they are paid for it. Is it true or not? All actors, actresses in the movies, for showing all this, they are paid for it. They are paid crores of rupees. But here, who imitate them, who try to feel that it is cool and all that, what happens to them? Their life is spoiled. If you try to understand the experiences of people, you will feel that once they get addicted, it is very difficult for them to come out. How many of you have seen Udta Punjab? Can you raise hands? How many people have you seen? Very few. I suggest you, if you get time, watch this movie. I am not advocating watching the movie, but it's just for understanding that Udta Punjab is one movie which is based on some youth getting into drugs and how they spoil their life. For people who are smuggling, it is the business. They make money out of it. But why should we innocent people get into this? My question is that why should we unnecessarily get into this? It spoils our health. It spoils our mind. It spoils our family. It spoils everything in the family. But one more thing I must say, that some people feel, I have been listening to children. I also have children, means I also have a son and daughter, both of them are young. I listen from them also what is the logic other youth are giving for consuming the drugs. They say when some of the countries are permitting, why not we are permitting? My question is, if somebody wants to fall in well, do all of us also fall in well? Do we also want to fall in well? My answer is no. So if somebody wants to spoil their life, their nation, their youth, why should we spoil our youth? That is why we have taken a strong step of controlling the drug menace. And we always say that whosoever gets involved, he will face it. He will face it in personal life, he will face in personal life, he will face in family life, he will face in social life, and it will only create havoc, nothing less than that. But at the same time, there is a silver lining, that if somebody has already got into it for various reasons, please do not hesitate to share with your family, with your friends, your relations. There is a possibility of coming out of it. There is a possibility of reformation. So, if you find somebody who is already into it, please try to convince him to get reformed. There are de-addiction centers available, and they work with 100% success, almost 100% success. So my request to all of you is that all the parents, all the students and all the youth is that if you find somebody got into it, don't hesitate to talk about it. Many people, what happens, if they get into this, they don't talk about it. They hesitate to talk about it. They feel ashamed to talk about it. There's nothing to feel bad if already somebody is there. Please try to reform them, and once the addiction is there, I can promise that they can be very well in mainstream of life. They can be reformed. They can become normal citizens. It may take some time because it is not a simple process. De-addiction is not a simple process. There will be a lot of issues related to it, like withdrawal symptoms. You will not become normal in a day or two. But there is a possibility that with a short time and with the interventions of doctors and supporting staff, one can become normal, and most of them have become normal. And try to see that once people become normal, they don't get into it again. That should be the responsibility of the parents. My request to parents on this day is that please, I don't say that you keep surveillance over your children, but you keep a watch over them. Don't get into their personal life. At the same time, keep a watch what they are doing. If they are having abnormal behavior, just talk to them. Just interact with them. Maybe once they will hide, second time they may not hide, or third time they may not hide. 2 times also they may hide. But if you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to discuss with some experts and doctors and in the family. It is better to come out of it. And uh, my final suggestion to all of you is that say yes to life, no to drugs. Thank you. Jai Hind.